Hey everybody, this is Kira with Follow Your Arrow Tarot, and I'm back with a monthly intuitive and tarot card reading for the sign of Taurus for June 2019. So if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. If you're new, welcome to my channel. A few channel announcements. If you don't already know, feel free to skip ahead. For those of you who are new, I post my monthly intuitive and tarot card readings for each of the zodiac signs in the order that the previous month had the most views. So Taurus, you actually came in 4th last month in May, so that's why I'm doing your video right now. You had 573 views, so thank you so much for your love and support, Taurus. Keep a good way to keep yourself up in the top 3 is by clicking that share button and sharing this video with other Taurus individuals or cross-watchers. Again, these messages, the tarot reading is a general reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Ascending, Venus, or cross-watchers alike. I'm also in the midst of trying to expand my channel and meeting certain goals. So I'm almost to 500 subscribers. And every time I reach a goal of 100 more, I do a special video where I pull some names out of my Buddha head and give my subscribers a free private reading from myself. And so when I get to 500, which is really close, I will pull 5 people in a special video for a free reading. So how do you enter the contest? 1, be a subscriber. That gets you 1 entry. And 2, by leaving a thoughtful or positive comment on any of my videos. So the more comments that you leave, the more entries you get into the contest. When I pull names out of the Buddha head, I don't empty the jar. So once you've been entered, you stay entered until hopefully you get pulled. All that information will be in the description box below, along with information about my social media. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. You can also email any inquiries if you want to purchase a private reading with myself to FollowYourArrowTarot@gmail.com. All right, so if you're new, I kind of start my my readings with some channeled intuitive guidance. I also discuss a little bit about what's going on regarding the planets for that month, and then I go into my tarot reading. So if the first portion is really not your thing and you just want to get right to the tarot reading, go ahead and fast forward and feel free to timestamp my video if you want to help out with that. All right, Taurus, getting started. So channeled messages, some intuitive guidance. I do have to say, when I connected with your sign, I did feel some challenges going on for Taurus for the month of June. Spirit showed me an arrow of up and down. Okay, so I feel that there's some ups and some downs for you, but I'm kind of feeling that for the month of June or going into June, you're kind of going into some of the downs. I feel I saw the word crazy. I saw the word wonderful. And I said world. So I feel like maybe Spirit's trying to communicate that you may, as a Taurus, be feeling like your world is up and down. There's some crazy things going on, but there's also some wonderful things happening. I also saw the picture of a yin and yang. So I feel like the theme for Taurus for the month of June is very opposites, okay? Yin and yang. It's like seeing there's masculine and feminine energy that is constantly trying to be in balance with one another. But also I heard Spirit saying is, with yin and yang, it's like seeing the good in the bad, but there's also bad and good. Okay. So opposites. Also, I think for some Taurus, you're trying to figure out some healthy skepticism. I think being a earth sign, being more grounded, you tend to have more of a logical, more pragmatic way of thinking about things, and that's including spirituality. You may be someone who's watching videos because you're just now trying to learn about it, and maybe you're skeptical and you question things, so you watch videos. I see some polarity with, you do believe in intuition, but you also believe in logic and evidence. You kind of believe that there's a higher being and spirit, but you also believe in reason too. So I do think that the whole theme this month, whether it's love and intimacy, whether it's your spiritual journey, whether it's just learning, family, everything, it's duality. So I see the number 2. You may be seeing a lot of synchronicities. You may be seeing 222 or 2222. So 2s, polarity, okay? And I think for some Taurus right now, I kind of see that with your symbol, okay? The V, and almost like the 2 of Swords being conflicted, or there's 2 paths or 2 options. And I feel like right now, Taurus, regarding a situation or a person, or maybe this is just your spiritual self inside, you're a little bit conflicted. You have a choice that you need to be making, or a way of thinking that's developing and being finalized, and you're conflicted. I do feel like for some of you, Taurus, you have 2 different paths you could be going down. It could be in regards to a relationship. You could be choosing between 2 people, or having to make a decision to stay in a relationship or leave a relationship. Or it could be a job. Maybe you have 2 job offers. Or you're unsure if you want to leave a job and try to find something new. So I just really feel like this month you have to be supportive of all the good and the bad that's going on, all the crazy and the wonderful things, right? I do feel for like a select few of you, you're trying to prevent a fall. I think you're worried that you're going to not be successful, or you're going to fail at something, or you're fearful you're going to lose something. So I kind of see, what's it called? A hummingbird, and they're floating, and they kind of just levitate, and they try to stay up, and then they kind of drop, and then they go back up, and they flutter. And I kind of feel like that's you. It could mimic how your heart is feeling. It could just mimic how your energy and your aura is, your energy level. I feel it trying to maintain like homeostasis and balance. It's like you're resisting a fall. But I kind of hear Spirit saying to maybe not be afraid to let go, which is a very scary thought, right? It's giving over power and control to something you don't even understand. You can't see Spirit. You may be in touch and you may feel it, but you don't have that logical and that reason to have evidence or to have the answer. It's not written in a book. You can't see it. You know what I mean? You have to trust it. And I think that that's maybe for some of you, you're having some trouble with that. I also hear wind chimes and feel a breeze. So I feel like for some of you, maybe that feel like you are intuitive, or you are maybe starting to be guided into the spiritual area and things are happening to you. I feel like the auditory portion of that may be a little bit tuned in. So what I mean with that is hearing the wind chimes. You may not see things, but I think you hear things. You may have ringing or buzzing in your ears at certain times. And I think that that's your intuition guiding you. Some people get like a gut feeling. Some people, have headaches. Some people, their eyes water. Some people feel things, or it's just a knowing. Everyone has their own gifts. And I think for some of you Taurus, you've noticed it's hearing things, frequencies, that kind of thing. Or when you're around certain sounds, they're either very pleasant or they steer you away. Certain sounds, you're kind of sensitive to them. So for some of you Taurus, just be mindful of that when you're in certain situations, sometimes that buzzing in your ears, it's clarifying maybe a thought you just had, or a feeling, or it's trying to get your attention. But overall, the guided messages I'm getting from Spirit for you this month is definitely polarity, the number 2, a divide, different paths, left and right, up and down, north, south, east, west. It's everything polarity this month. I think for some of you, you want to see things and you want answers in black and white, but I think it's about understanding and being okay with there's many shades of gray. And I do feel like you need to let go a little bit of this control and allow yourself to fall, and whatever that fall means. And even if that fall is negative in that you might make a mistake or you might fail, you have the rest of your life to not, you know what I mean? So it's almost like if you look at things from a bigger picture, one mistake or one drop or one fail is pretty insignificant. Think of it as rain. You can't even probably compute how many raindrops there are in a thunderstorm, right? And so if you're only concentrating on the one raindrop out of the hundreds of trillions of drops, that's pretty crazy, right? To just concentrate on one, you know, in the grand scheme of things. So I think that that's kind of like maybe you're a little bit too focused in, or almost like, you know, you're only seeing things from a very small lens, and you need to kind of broaden how you're seeing things. Okay, look at the whole picture. It's like if you walked up to a painting in a museum, it's like you walked right up to it and you can only see this. You have to stand back and see the whole picture for what it is. Okay. Hopefully that channel guidance makes some sense to you, but we'll see how that comes up in the tarot reading. While I shuffle the deck, a little bit of information regarding this month and some planetary information. So in the next few days, we're going to have a new moon in Gemini on the 3rd. Okay, air energy. On the 4th, Mercury will go into Cancer, which is a water sign. On the 8th of June, Venus will be in Gemini. So lots of Gemini energy with the new moon in Venus and love. 17th, we have a full moon in Sagittarius. That's some fire energy. Then we have the summer solstice coming up. The 21st, Cancer season begins. So water energy. So we're going Gemini, Cancer, with a little bit of Sagittarius in there. And then to end the month, the 26th, we have Mercury in Leo, which is another fire sign. So lots of air, lots of water, lots of fire. Notice there's no coins in there. There's no earth energy. So Taurus, you could be feeling a little left out in things this month. But let's see what messages Spirit has for you. Let's clarify. So Spirit, what messages do you have for Taurus for the month of June? Spirit, what messages do you have for Taurus in the month of June? All right, what's the overall energy for Taurus for June? Whoa, Taurus for June. Thank you. Whoa. Okay, so you have the Ace of Wands in reverse. This is fire energy. It could be that you're lacking a passion for a fire sign. So that could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. I'm kind of feeling maybe you're feeling a lack of passion for people who are fiery, meaning people who are overbearing, too forceful, too controlling. Had you kind of pulling back from. I feel like there's just a lack of passion about something, someone, a situation. You're kind of maybe losing a little bit of your, almost like the spirit, the essence of you. You're losing that a little bit. This could also mean that you're not as in tune with your intuition, or, the universe is trying to offer you something and you're not taking it. But let's see how that plays out. Spirit, what messages do you have for Taurus for the month of June? Aces are normally about new beginnings, so it looks like you're not wanting to start something new, or not taking on a new project or something new that's offered to you potentially. You have the Five of Swords in reverse. So yeah, I kind of feel like communication's not being had regarding a situation. Yeah, this is probably regarding somebody. Communication has stopped. You could be dealing with a fire sign or an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. We do have new moon in Gemini in the beginning of the month. Okay, so maybe someone told you that they weren't as passionate or connected to you in a relationship as you thought they were, or you expressed that to somebody else. I'm feeling like a possible argument ensued where you just shut down. Like, for example, someone was arguing with you and it was like they wanted you to battle with them, but you just gave up. Like, you surrendered. You were like, because it was a too hard of a mental decision, too hard to, you're tired of fighting, so you just gave up. Taurus. Messages for Taurus. And it got really quiet. Like, my mind just got so clear, and that never happens. So next is Lovers. You could be dealing with a Gemini. You do have air energy here. Gemini, the Lovers card in reverse. This is Major Arcana, so I do feel something's going on. This could be a twin flame. Maybe your twin flame's wanting you to do the runner-chaser situation, but you're not wanting to chase. You're not wanting to run. With the Ace of Wands and the Lovers in reverse, you're not feeling it right now. Your emotions are pretty muted. No passion. This could also be sexual in that that's not happening. Okay, because I normally with the rods, that's my sexual, my intimacy suit. And with the Lovers in reverse, that's not happening. It could also mean that there's things that need to be talked about or said that aren't happening, whether you're not wanting to talk about them, Taurus, or the other person's not wanting to talk about them with you. And you could be like, okay, well, if you're not going to talk to me, then it's not that you're done. It's just things are stopped. Notice polarity. Gemini is the twins, right? It's a mirror energy. I talked about yin and yang, masculine, feminine energy. And notice there's the mountain kind of dividing them. And remember I said that I kept seeing a V. Look at that upside down. Kind of interesting. Again, fire energy with the Seven of Wands. So you could definitely be dealing with fire energy, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Seven of Wands is about being passionate about what you feel, but being defensive. Okay. And especially with this Five of Swords, there's some conflict going on, both passionately about people's feelings and ideologies about a relationship or situation, but also communication's not happening, or it's not happening well. It's almost just like everyone's just barking at each other, or someone's barking at you and you just feel like you have to be defensive. It's like you're not getting anywhere in the situation. Next, you've got Page of Swords in the reverse. Pages are about messages, so I don't see any communication. Like, we have two swords in reverse. No communication being happened. The other person's not communicating with you, and I don't think you really care right now. Like, you don't even really want to talk about it either. And it's interesting. We have Wands, Swords, Lovers, Wands, Swords. It's mirroring each other. We've got the Lovers right here. If we cut it in half, the same on this side is the same on this side almost. It's pretty interesting. So, yeah, you're definitely dealing with a fire sign or an air sign. Could definitely be a Gemini. It's interesting. Yeah, you're definitely dealing with a twin flame. You guys are mirroring each other. Yes, yin and yang, right? Opposites. And you're having a hard time blending together. You know what I mean? It's like this person, if you're with somebody, they could definitely be like opposites attract. People could say they never imagined you guys would be together. You're so different. But, and sometimes when you're so different, yes, it works. But sometimes it's really hard to blend that as well. Interesting. But I feel everything's just quiet and muted for a second. Again, more fire energy in the reverse. Five of Wands in the reverse. And we've got the Five of Swords in the reverse. So there was a lot of fighting going on, and then it stopped. And I think it's because you or the other person ended it. I feel like there was an ending and you walked away. And this is where that fall comes in. If you listen to the intuitive portion of this reading, you were resisting a fall, right? But I think either you or they finally let go of the situation and was like, I'm done. You may have left somebody. I kind of feel like you or the other person left kind of quietly. You know, like you didn't take much with you and you might have just freaking left, like disappeared and done. Because this was just so, I feel so tired and drained from it. And it feels like it was happening for quite some time. I definitely feel like this is a twin flame connection and like you're going through the really tough, part of a twin flame connection. If you're not sure what that all entails, definitely YouTube some videos on twin flame connections. But I feel like you're definitely in the middle of that. And for right now, I feel this is more your energy. You're needing to get grounded. And I think you're now finally not afraid to take that fall and just let the universe take over. I feel like maybe both of you were trying so much to control the situation and relationship and it just wasn't working. And so now you're just letting go, and you're like, what will be, starting afresh. With the 6 of coins, here's your energy, earth energy. I do feel, even though 6 is equal, but we've got the balance there. I feel like there wasn't enough balance, and that's what really was the main issue in the situation. There wasn't a balance, whether that was you or they weren't giving enough attention or affection to the relationship, or weren't listening. One was listening more than the other, or the control. It was about balance. There wasn't enough balance. And I think here with the Gemini card, and it's wands, swords, and it's showing me balance on both sides. I think that was the main issue in the situation or relationship. Someone was working harder than the other, or the energies weren't equal. I think you're not letting this stop you, because the 4 of swords and the upright would be like you're resting, you're in your thoughts. And I think you're trying not to think about it. I think you're trying to just move on from the situation, keep yourself busy and active. Maybe you're, doing things outside or traveling to try to get your mind off things. You're kind of wanting a little bit of alone time and solitude. Yeah. You've got the Judgment here. So definitely with this situation, judgment is happening from the universe. It's, how do I want to say this? This is a twin flame connection. And I do feel like the universe and destiny is a little bit at play here. And I feel like there's some rights and wrongs both of you have done to each other. And it's about the universe helping you equal out the scales and the karma in the situation, equaling out the energy. So almost as if like this moment of the connection detaching is needed. You have Chariot here. So I do feel like for right now, you do need to move a little bit away from this connection in this situation for a second to get some clarity, to kind of hone in on your intuition and spirit and the logical and reasoning side of things. Because look at here, polarity, black and white. Remember I said there's many shades of gray, duality. I do think you need a time to separate yourself from the situation to see the whole picture, okay? You could be dealing with a Cancer too, but I think this is really important because we have major arcana on the board with Judgment. I think this is a really important thing that you're doing for June regarding the situation or relationship. Because right now there's no offers being made with the King of Cups and the 10 of Cups in reverse. No offers from you or them for right now, okay? And then the final card is the High Priestess in reverse. And look at that, black and white. Again, duality. Hello, duality, Gemini, lovers. You have the Chariot, black and white. You have the High Priestess, black and white. And what did I say in the channeled messages? It's all opposites. It's yin and yang. And you're trying to figure out how it fits with this person or situation. However, with the High Priestess in reverse and that being major arcana, you may be having a hard time connecting with your intuition to kind of figure out the situation. So like I said, I heard wind chimes. So try to be open to hearing spirit, hearing message and guidance from above to help you with the situation. But yeah, it's definitely an intense situation. I can see how Taurus is feeling a little bit isolated and alone, but this is really something you have to do and figure out yourself. This isn't a situation where you're going to go ask people for help. You kind of have to search for that with yourself and spirit, I feel. But let's clarify a little bit. Spirit, help me clarify the messages on the table for Taurus in the month of June. Yeah, so is everybody on the board? Yeah, we've got everybody. Cups, we've got swords, we've got coins, we've got wands. So truly, you Taurus could be dealing with almost anybody in the zodiac. I do have Gemini on the board. I do have the Chariot, which is Cancer. So you could definitely be dealing with a Cancer or Gemini. Possibly a Libra. It's kind of the three signs that are standing out to me. Not so much an earth sign. I would definitely say fire or swords. Okay. So there's a lot of cards on the table. I'm just going to pull some overall clarifying. I don't want to clarify each individual card, which is what I normally do. I kind of just feel like Spirit was saying that Taurus needs to see the whole picture. So I'm not going to clarify individual cards. I want just some cards to clarify the situation for Taurus as a whole. So let's pull like 5 cards for Taurus. Clarification for Taurus regarding the situation or this person for the month of June, Taurus. Clarification cards for Taurus. Thank you. It gave me 5 cards. Thank you. First one is rejoice and celebration in the reverse. So could be multiple parties involved in the situation, but I kind of feel as though this means right now there's no offers of love being made in the situation or with the other person for you, Taurus. You're not feeling very celebratory or happy or jovial and wanting to celebrate with this person. So love for the month of June, for most of you, this is a general reading. It may not resonate with everybody. It's kind of on a pause, okay? Next is recognition and reward. So I kind of feel like that can mean like you feel as though you're not being really seen or appreciated in the relationship. Or that could be what's lacking between the three of you, is that you're not recognizing and rewarding each other for all the good things that are going on. Because you have and look at this, you have a 3 in reverse and you have a 3 in the upright. Okay, opposites, duality, mirroring, okay? Not celebrating all the good things, not recognizing all the good things that happened in the relationship, okay? Movement, choices, and decisions in the reverse. Yeah, like I said, I feel a pause. I feel a quietness, a solace. There's no movement in the situation or relationship. You're not making movement, neither is the other person. No one's really making choices because I don't think you're sure of what you're going to do right now. And you're not wanting to make decisions because you really don't know. There's too many things to be thinking about right now. I think you're just trying to synthesize everything that's going on to have an idea of what choices and decisions and movement you want to make. But I don't see that happening in June. I see this happening later. So June is really a month of just kind of gathering yourself, picking up the pieces, doing some self-discovery. Yeah, and there's a lot of issues about authority here because it's in the reverse. So I think and it's in the reverse. So you're not wanting to deal with confrontation, authority, fighting, bickering, power in the relationship, the power struggle. There could be an imbalance of feminine and masculine energy in the relationship, which is making it not work as well. But then you have the 9, the solitude card, and I think that that's the final clarification card for you, Taurus. And I think that that's Spirit saying you just need to take the time, and it kind of fell with the Fool. You need to take the time out to be by yourself, to think, to have some solace, to kind of just reflect and figure out what do you want to do next. Okay? I think, yeah, you just need to pause for a second. And that's okay, because it's only a month. And some of you may be feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't wait too long. I have to decide about this, and I don't want to lose the person, or I don't know what's going to happen. But guess what? You have many months, many days in your entire lifetime on this incarnation. So 1 month in perspective, just like one raindrop, isn't going to kill you. But for some of you, I don't think you're having a problem. I think you've already stopped and you're doing good. But for a few of you, it could be hard to stop. Let's clarify the love and relationship for this reading. Spirit, what messages do you have for Taurus regarding love and relationships? Taurus. I'm going to go with this one. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. Okay, you've got the Lovers in reverse on here. Definitely past life relationship, twin flame connection, soulmate connection. Yeah, that's why the connection's so deep. And that's why there's so much going on with this connection. It's not an easy one, especially if it's a soulmate, especially if it's a twin flame connection. Let your friends help you. And I just said earlier, don't. Ask for and accept support from others. Okay, well, I really feel like Spirit's saying you need to figure this out for yourself in solitude. But maybe for some of you, solitude is maybe not productive, and maybe talking to others about what's going on might help. But ultimately, I really feel like this is just something you need to figure out for yourself. Because, you can ask friends and family for help, but they really don't know. They don't know the real relationship. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. Like, we tell people what we want them to know. We let them see what we want them to know. But no one knows the relationship better than yourself and the other person. So maybe just be around other people will be helpful. But I wouldn't take their advice as 100. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. I do feel this is a twin flame, deep past life connection. And I think you're just going through that really rocky point in the connection. It's hard and it's difficult, but I don't think you should give up on the situation or this person quite yet. I think you need to take time and work through this and think about things. That's why you just stop, because this is draining. This is exhausting. You just, it's so woven together, so woven together. This would be a relationship that wouldn't really be easy to walk away from, even emotionally. What lessons is Taurus learning right now regarding the situation? Or what lessons does Taurus need to learn regarding the situation? One already came out. Let's get one more for Taurus. Thank you. Yeah, you're afraid of being lonely because loneliness came in the reverse. Okay, it says, I know that I am never alone. So just know that even though you need to take a moment for yourself, maybe take a pause from the relationship, you're never really alone. Okay, you've got spirit guides, you've got angels. You know what I mean? This person does care about you. So even if you do have time apart, they're always there. I think this is someone that, you know, even if you took time apart, if you called them for anything, help, or, you know, whatever it was, they'd be right there, or you'd be right there for them. And then you have love in the reverse. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And I think that that's what's not happening, is both of you aren't seeing the good in the relationship. You're seeing all the struggles and the battles. And that's why there's this battle of black and white, you know, black and white. There's good and bad in every relationship, in every connection. And I think what Spirit's trying to say is maybe look in the good, look at the positive side of things. And know you're not alone. You may feel alone in this connection. You may feel like there's an absence of love, but really that's not the case. It's just a moment. It's just a drop in the storm. Okay. All right. Let's get some final messages from Spirit. Okay. What phrase do you need to hear right now regarding this situation or this person? What's the final messages for Taurus for the month of June? Get one more shuffle. Final messages for Taurus for the month of June. Taurus. There we go. Heartbeat. Remember I talked about the wind chime? Okay, this is where the sound comes in, heartbeat. Even if you're apart, I still feel like you guys feel each other. And you feel it in rhythm. You feel it in sound. Okay, that's what connects you both. I kind of see a picture where maybe your favorite part of physically being together is when you are there laying and listening to your heart. There's something about heartbeat. They have your heart. You feel them. Heartbeat. They make your heart beat. That's why it's so hard. And this is a frustrating situation for you. Okay. Right side up, number 1 in hotline, but it's in reverse. So I don't feel like your phone is going to be ringing right now. I don't feel like they're going to call you or make contact just yet. And number 1, again, right side up. I think that is Spirit saying, look at everything that's happened that's right. Look at the positive. Look at everything that's going good right now. Okay? Taurus, I hope this reading resonated with you. Again, it's a general reading. If you did like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Please share this with other Taurus individuals by hitting that share button. Don't forget to subscribe. And comment down below and let me know how this reading resonated with you. Maybe you're going through a situation and you can shed some light on some of the messages that Spirit displayed here today. But again, Taurus, thank you for being the 4th most viewed video in May. I appreciate your love and support. Those of you who are new, welcome. And Taurus, I'm sending you love, light, and strength and joy in getting over the situation or this relationship with this individual, and I look forward to seeing you back here in July so we can see how this story continues to unfold. So thank you so much again, Taurus, and have a great rest of your month.